Greetings Berserkers, FiOth here, and in this vid I'm gonna be relaying to you information about a quote-unquote hidden mechanic that the game's tutorials fail to mention. I had no idea this thing was in the game, although I tend to be very thorough with the menus and the UI, and once I found out, I was kinda dumbstruck. This is a game changer because it provides substantial buffs to your damage output, both in raw damage, as in HP, and stamina damage. So how do you get access to all this? I'm starting here at the crevice, right next to the Blade Nexus. You need the Blade Nexus in order to gain access to this. So you get in here and go to Khazan's Memories. Now, you might have visited this menu, but a thing that many people don't really realize is that this menu contains more than just a web of how everyone feels about everyone. So let's start with the first mission, and you will see a little icon on the top right of the mission completion. Here I'm still missing the Jarling, but that's not important. You can see a red sphere and an 8 beside it. Then we go to Storm Pass, it's a 7 and a 4. Then the Forgotten Temple, 8, 646, 66, and so on and so forth. Every time you visit a region you have already completed, you will see the little light icons beside the title and the icon of the region, and you actually have to scroll down to bank the points on the top right. It doesn't do it automatically. You have to scroll down the menu in order to cash in the points, as you see here. Good thing I didn't save this so I can actually show it to you. So you scroll through all your regions and you amass points. Up to the end of the game, you will amass about 250 something points. I'm missing a couple of missions, so I suppose that's where it caps. I've already done all the secondaries. These points now, by hitting X or square, can be invested in one of these three categories: stamina damage increase, and damage multiplier increase. So I'm going to demonstrate. Let's go to damage increase. It says that this cannot be undone, requires 2 vengeance points. I invested. Next upgrade, again 2 vengeance points. And now the upgrade requires 3 vengeance points. But with these 2 points in, I've already gotten 1.5% damage increase flat across the board. Now, if you're stuck at Maluka or if you're stuck at Volbino or wherever, you probably have some of these points to make your life just a little bit easier. This is super important because it's damage multiplier. It's the multiplicative application of a modifier on your overall damage after all the numbers have been added. Super important. It's usually lower than raw damage, but because it takes into account pretty much everything that ties into your output, this ends up giving a more substantial bonus. Then we have stamina damage. Super important because, as you know, when you stagger an enemy, that's when you actually start dishing out the pain. And if you ask me, since it's all tied to types of damage, I would go evenly across this. So for example, put 3 levels in here, then go back here, more levels, and so on and so forth. And if you are as far into the game as I am, you probably have a lot of dough to spare. Like, you have a lot of these points. Look at the numbers go. We're talking about 10% across the board. And all you had to do is take a look at this menu. It's mind-boggling to me that it is never mentioned. Why? Why was this never mentioned? It's obviously super important. Here I finalize my damage multiplier. It's at +9, it's maxed. And now I need 20 more points. Literally 17 more than I already have, which means that with the final 2 missions, I will probably get it done with. And we're talking 12% stamina damage, 12% damage, and 9% damage multiplier. This is huge. Why doesn't the game tell us about this? This is amazing. Let's check it in the status option as well. Go here, and you can see at the top right, damage increase 18.2 with my armor taken into account, of course. Then damage multiplier increase. This is insane. So here we have it, guys. This is a way to get your character to be able to dish out much more pain than before. And it's not even related to leveling up, is just in the Khazan's Memories segment at the Nexus. You can thank me by subscribing, liking, sharing, and hitting the notification bell. I'm covering everything in Khazan in great detail, so until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers!